If you were a man, you'd be highly sought after in Chengdu's matchmaking scene. Not long ago, Hangzhou held that matchmaking event, didn't they? The scene was lively. Drums beating, firecrackers roaring. At first glance, it was a sea of people. But upon closer look, it was all women. Men were few and far between. Many people think there are 30 million more men than women, right? So women should be more scarce, shouldn't they? But the reality is, in the matchmaking market, men are more in demand. Do you know what causes this phenomenon? It's simply because these women are too outstanding. I'm 38 years old this year. Honestly, academically, I'm a high-quality, older, saintly woman. I originally thought in a place like Hangzhou, I could find an equally outstanding, older, saintly man. But not until I turned 38 this year did I realize. The older, saintly men I consider outstanding don't even glance at me. Now, the ones pursuing me are mostly rural bachelors. In other words, if I want to get married, I can only marry into rural life now. In China's first-tier cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, there's a vast number of older saintly women. Due to various reasons, they remain single past 27. Thus, society labels them as saintly women. Men who meet their criteria for marriage are limited in number, creating a severe supply-demand imbalance. This exacerbates the saintly women phenomenon. Some older women face family and societal expectations and pressure, becoming increasingly anxious about marriage. Some grow too disillusioned, simply giving up on finding a partner. Others choose to study abroad. According to statistics, China's male population exceeds females by 32.37 million. Take Shanghai as an example. This bustling metropolis's population has long surpassed 24 million, with nearly 900,000 older saintly women among them. Netizen Yaya is almost 35. While sick, she lamented, "Women should still find a partner." China's economic downturn and employment difficulties force many to pursue master's degrees after earning their bachelor's. After the master's, they go for a PhD. By the time women graduate with a doctorate, they're already 28, thus labeled as older, saintly women. At this point, only then did they realize that their peers around them were already married. And some even had children, while they themselves had long missed the optimal time for marriage. Next, let's listen to a female PhD's account. She is already 39 years old this year, and holds a PhD. She is a local of Fuzhou, unmarried and childless. Someone like me who studied abroad, somehow foolishly ended up as an old maiden. I truly wasn't in a hurry before, because I thought I had the qualifications. After all, I earned my PhD through hard work. In our town, I was considered one of the top names for dozens of miles around. Everyone knew which family in town had produced a PhD. Everyone admired me and assumed I was outstanding. So the boys in the village and town simply didn't dare to approach me. They probably felt unworthy. I myself had moved from the countryside to a big city. To marry an uneducated rough man was something I absolutely refused. Nor did I want to spend my whole life in the countryside. Coming back occasionally for weddings was fine, but I preferred to stay in the big city. She said that in her youth, she wanted to find an outstanding man and set very high standards, but now at 39, she is still single. She regrets missing many excellent men in her youth because she was only looking for the absolute best. But truly good men are rare, especially at my age. They're practically extinct. The good men have already been taken. Those who remain unmarried now are basically the dregs. Now I truly regret it. Why did I reject so many fairly excellent, quality men when I was younger? And now I'm actually sitting here, chatting with a man I don't even like. I admit I've really messed up. But I haven't spoken yet. Just settle for any man you casually meet. Then I might really be so hungry that I'm furious at the airport. That I'd say just choose any man. Why are the Daling sacred maidens all concentrated in big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen? Female netizen Athena believes, because by the age of 30, men are all driven away by the high housing prices in big cities. They return to their hometowns. I come from a rural area. I've been striving in Shanghai for 7 or 8 years. Previously held a job paying 300,000 yuan as a woman. Let me tell you from my personal experience. Because by around age 30, men are all driven away by high housing prices. Because returning to their hometowns, their parents will also prepare a house and land for them. But, for women, no matter how much you're pressured now, you can't really choose to leave. Because your situation will only get worse if you leave. Especially when your original family isn't very well off. Matchmakers will only consider your original family background when introducing potential partners to you. Equivalent to your hard work in the big city, these glamorous resumes are worthless to them. There are many reasons for the large number of single women. Some invest too much energy in their careers. They feel being single is very free. The following netizen is this type of case. Having a whatever happens attitude toward relationships. Me and my friends around me. The reason we don't date partly comes from we're all extremely busy right now. In our hearts, career is the top priority. Romance ranks much lower. Work schedules aren't even stable. Need to fly around constantly. It feels like after finishing work every day, extremely tired. Just don't want to. Have to accommodate another person. Another person giving you so many restrictions. You feel work already makes me so exhausted. Then relationships can also make me unhappy. Some single women are because their standards are too high. Neizania. Yeah. Anini. Yuma Mao. Kenya. Interesting. Me. Yeah. Yeah. New. Uh. Ah. Kanya. 1 and 68. 1 and 75. Penny 2. Kanya. Anhamma. Anhamma. Nay. Anamshin. Nona and Ezedio. Yan. Naramini Marin. Oh. Yan. Oh. Yan. New. How? 1075. Aha. On 38. Dinjaiseus. 20 all high. Anta. Yeah. In. Nasya. Yanan. Anders. Yeah. Nine. Me. D. Yan. Dan. Nisan. Antray. Antisound. Paul. Don't waste resources. Learn to cherish the simple life. How should I put it? Turning a 500k income into the feeling of a million. Nowadays, girls are too materialistic. I'm quite cautious with $9. I rarely spend money on girls. But after marriage, money and gifts will all go to my wife. So, do you rarely celebrate Valentine's Day? I've never celebrated Valentine's Day. Those are all marketing tricks by businesses. It's just capitalism trying to scam us out of our money. We've been chatting for over 20 minutes now. It's too hot today. Let's go buy some water. He's thirsty. Just hold on a little longer. I was about to buy water earlier, but then I checked the price. $10. Outside, it's only $2. Oh my God. Not allowed. About to cry. There are currently 34 million more men than women in China. While this number may seem advantageous for women, it doesn't mean they'll easily find a partner. Now, let's take a look together at netizen Xuan's several blind date experiences. I'm 35 this year, the kind of leftover woman in others' eyes. Whether I get married or not really doesn't matter to me. But my parents, seeing I'm getting older, have been anxiously arranging blind dates for me everywhere. I've been set up on quite a few blind dates, and it feels like anyone can look down on me. Let me share 4 typical ones. It's really a tearful story. The first weirdo was an absolute Phoenix man, a civil servant in the city. During our first meeting, he asked me, "How much do you earn a month?" I said I work at a public institution. After deductions, around 2,800. But what he said next shocked me. He said he grew up in the countryside. His parents sent him to school. They had already spent all their savings. They couldn't offer any betrothal gifts. If we got married, my family would pay the down payment for the marital home. It would be under both our names. We'd pay the mortgage together. After marriage, I'd give him 2,000 yuan every month, because he has a younger brother still in college. This 2,000 yuan would be for his brother's living expenses. If the elders in the family in the future needed money for medical expenses, they'd also expect my parents to contribute some financial help. Oh my God. Am I marrying someone or adopting a man? I made up an excuse and left directly. The second one seemed quite normal at first. He was also quite handsome. But the first thing he said was, "You're already 35. How come you're still unmarried?" I was really speechless after hearing that. If I were married, why would I be here on a blind date? Besides, isn't he 37 himself? 2 days later, he asked me out for dinner. After the meal, he told me not to go home. I refused. Later, he texted me saying, "Let's break up." I asked why. He said no reason. He just didn't like me anymore. That's it. He even added, "No wonder you're still single at 35. Still can't get married." It really infuriated me. The world is full of weirdos. The third one was the son of my dad's colleague. Supposedly, his family was well off. We chatted briefly during the meeting. He asked how tall I was. I said 1.65 meters. Unexpectedly, he said that was too short. Then he asked me how much I weighed. I said 105. He said we weren't a good match. He wanted a girlfriend who was at least 1.7 meters tall and weighed around 90 pounds. I laughed right then. He looked no taller than 1.65 meters and probably weighed 170. What right did he have to demand that of me? The fourth man forgot his wallet on our first date. I said it was fine. I'd cover the bill. He said, "Sure." Then he added, "Could you order an extra dish to go? Then I won't have to cook tomorrow." A herd of alpacas stampeded through my mind. I hope all women understand. Don't just settle for any man just because you're older, because a woman of quality is worth waiting for. I firmly believe a low-quality marriage is worse than high-quality singlehood. As they get older, many women past marriageable age simply stop thinking about marriage altogether. What year were you born? 86. Why aren't any of you married? Once you pass that age, you just stop caring. The matchmaking scene. We've all seen it. For men our age or even older, they'd rather choose someone younger. Once at a corporate retreat near the mountains, I brought some clients. Another colleague brought a few too. Some of them were matchmakers, kept trying to set us up. Finally, they asked, "How old are you two this year?" We said, 86. The row of matchmakers across from us just froze mid-bite. My colleague's face, priceless. Then they started brainstorming. No. Yeah. I think I had one that day. A 40-something-year-old PhD holder getting remarried. I can introduce that one to you. He's just trying to rack his brains to figure out which client he offended. That can be pre-approved for me. This has become a very difficult thing. Later, I simply decided not to bother anymore. Putting effort into this matter may not even guarantee good return. I might as well invest in my career, where there's a higher chance of a good return. Most young women from Dalian have received higher education, facing the pressure to marry. Amid China's economic woes and persistently high unemployment rates, many of them are now studying abroad. In July 2015, mainland website Huxu published an article about the stories of 3 young women from Dalian studying abroad. One of them, a girl named Rachel, worked at a major Chinese internet company for 2 years. She experienced 2 department dissolutions during that time, and the business kept adjusting on a monthly basis. Overtime and late nights were the norm. Later, she quit her job at the big tech company and went abroad to study with 500,000 RMB. That was all the savings she had from working. She came to the USA and became a graduate student in quantitative methods and analytics at a university. Escaping China might be a better choice for young women from Dalian. Okay, that's all for today's chat. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and share it with your friends. Thank you for your support. See you in the next episode.